All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to tackle a question that honestly trips up almost every single business owner. How much should a website actually cost? We're going to demystify the numbers and turn you into a really smart buyer.
So let's just get right to it, right? You know you need a professional site, but what's a realistic number to even have in your head? Are we talking a few $100, or are we talking thousands and thousands? Well, the short answer? A professional website can easily range from about $2,500 to well over $10,000. But I mean, that's a huge range, isn't it? It's not helpful at all without some context. Think of it like buying a car. You could spend 10 grand or you could spend 100 grand, but you know you're getting a very different machine. The exact same thing is true for a website.
So let's build that context together. We're going to cover 5 key things. First, what actually drives the price tag up? Second, what you should demand for your money. Third, how to pick the right person for the job. Fourth, and this is a big one, those hidden fees you got to watch out for. And finally, the exact next step you should take. Okay, first up, what actually goes into that price tag? When you get a quote, it's not just some random number pulled out of thin air. It really boils down to 2 main things: the website size and its complexity. Let's start with size, because it's the easiest to understand. A simple 5 to 10 page site, your basic home, about, services, contact pages, that's going to be on the lower end of the price range. But you see how when you scale up to a site with dozens or even hundreds of pages, every single one of those adds more design and development time, and that makes the price jump a lot. But the number of pages, that's only half the story. The complexity of what those pages do is a massive cost driver. A simple brochure website, it just shares information, it's pretty static. But an e-commerce site, whoa, suddenly you need secure online payments. You need a way to manage all your products. You need shipping calculators. Each one of those features is its own little complex system that adds to the final bill. And you got to remember, anytime you ask for something truly custom, the price is going to go up. Think about things like a private members-only area, or integrating your favorite newsletter service, or maybe even a custom database to handle some unique information. These aren't just off-the-shelf solutions, They require real hours to build and test, and all that time, well, it adds up. So, now that we know what drives the cost, let's flip the script. What should you expect to get for your money? You're not just buying a pretty design. You're buying a functional business tool. No matter what you pay, these 3 things are absolutely 100% non-negotiable. Number 1, the design has to match your brand's unique look and feel. 2, it has to work perfectly on a phone. That's a must. And 3, it has to load fast. Seriously, a slow website is a dead website. Make sure these are all explicitly listed in any contract you sign. Okay, so you know what you need. Now, who's going to build it? Finding the right partner is so critical, and it's about way more than just the price. You're also paying for their experience and, frankly, their reliability. So here's a simple 3-step process to check out anyone you're thinking of hiring. First, check their portfolio. And don't just look at pictures, actually click through to the live websites. Second, go hunt down reviews from their past clients. And third, figure out how you're going to communicate right from day one. And remember, a more experienced designer might charge more, but trust me, that expertise can save you so many headaches down the road. All right, this next part, this is where so many first-time website buyers get caught off guard. The price you're quoted to build the site is almost never the only cost. Let's talk about the sneaky, ongoing fees that you absolutely need to budget for. So your initial build fee, that's a one-time thing. But after that, you're going to have monthly costs. Hosting is basically the rent you pay for your website's little spot on the internet. Maintenance covers all the important security updates and backups. And then there's search engine optimization, or SEO, which is the ongoing work that helps your site show up on Google. These services, especially maintenance and SEO, they can really add up over time. So we've covered what drives the cost, what you should get for your money, who to hire, and the hidden fees. What does all of this boil down to? What's the single most important thing you should take away from all this? Ultimately, it really just comes down to this simple truth. There is no one-size-fits-all price. A reasonable price has to match the work being done. And the absolute best way to find out what's reasonable for your specific project is to go out and get multiple quotes. And hey, the good news is that most designers will give you a free initial consultation. So take that little checklist you've been building in your head, the number of pages, the special features you want, those non-negotiables we talked about, and talk to at least 3 different people. That's the only way you're going to get a real feel for the average cost of your project. When you follow these steps, the whole conversation just changes. You're no longer just asking, hey, how much does a website cost? You're now equipped to make a smart, strategic investment in an asset that is going to achieve real goals for your business. Because at the end of the day, the most important question isn't about the cost, it's about the value it's going to create.